Who created Windows? When was it invented? And how did it become the most used operating system on Earth? Let's rewind the clock, way back to the early days of personal computers. Back in the early 1980s, the world lacked a graphical, user-friendly operating system for normal PC users. Most systems were command line based and quite technical, just lines of text and commands you had to memorize. People wanted computers, but computers didn't want people. Everything changed when one company had a crazy idea. What if anyone could use a computer, not just experts? That company was Microsoft, founded by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Microsoft saw a future in graphical user interfaces. Bill Gates was inspired after seeing Vision demoed at Comdex in 1982. They wanted to build a GUI for IBM-compatible personal computers, something more accessible than pure MS-DOS, with windows, icons, menus, and a pointer. In 1983, Microsoft announced a new project with the codename Interface Manager. Later, they changed the name to something much better, Windows. After 2 years of development, the first version, Windows 1.0, launched on November 20, 1985. Windows 1.0 wasn't a full operating system. It ran on top of MS-DOS and introduced things we take for granted today: windows, icons, menus, scrolling, and a mouse pointer. It wasn't perfect, but it changed everything. Windows 2.0, December 1987. This version introduced overlapping windows, so windows could cover each other, and brought some new UI features, like minimize, maximize, and more sophisticated keyboard shortcuts. Windows 3.0, May 1990. This was a turning point. Much better performance, more colors, 256 colors, real multitasking capability, and the arrival of Solitaire, the classic computer card game. It was for fun and to teach people how to use a mouse. It became more popular because it could run DOS applications inside Windows, making it much more usable. Windows 3.1, April 1992. This version introduced TrueType fonts and finally made Windows useful for real work and design. It became extremely popular in schools and offices. Windows for Workgroups 3.1, October 1992. Added built-in peer-to-peer networking and domain support, crucial for office environments. Windows NT 3.1, July 1993. The start of a separate, high-end, 32-bit line built for stability and business. NT stood for New Technology. It was separate from the consumer MS-DOS-based line. Windows 95, August 1995. A game changer. It introduced the Start menu, the taskbar, full GUI redesign, plug-and-play hardware, built-in internet support. People literally formed lines outside stores to buy it. Windows NT 4.0, July 1996. Brought the Windows 95 user interface to the stable NT kernel, widely adopted in corporations and universities. Windows 98, June 1998. Smoother, faster, and more internet-focused. Integrated Internet Explorer deeply into the OS, and added support for USB, DVD, and FAT32. Windows 2000, February 2000. The next business-oriented NT release. Known for its stability and reliability, it was popular with IT professionals. Windows ME, September 2000. The troublemaker of Windows. Buggy, unstable, and widely disliked. But it introduced System Restore for the first time. Windows XP, October 2001. One of the most successful OS versions ever. Fast, stable, low requirements, and supported for 12 years. Merged the consumer and business lines using the stable NT kernel. Many companies refused to upgrade because XP just worked. Windows Vista, January 2007. Beautiful but slow. It introduced the Aero Glass UI with transparency and new features like user account control and stronger security. But performance issues made it unpopular. Windows 7, October 2009. Microsoft's redemption, a massive critical success. Fast, smooth, stable, a fan favorite. People loved it so much that many refused to move to Windows 10 for years. Windows 8, October 2012. A risky redesign for touchscreens. Removing the Start menu made desktop users furious. The Metro UI confused almost everyone. Windows 8.1, October 2013. Microsoft tried to fix the damage. They brought back the Start button, improved stability, but the trust was already broken. Windows 10, July 2015. A massive comeback. Start menu returned. Great gaming support. Long-term updates. Stable and reliable. Microsoft announced it would be updated perpetually as a service. It brought back the Start menu, hybrid of 7 and 8, introduced the Cortana Assistant, and the Edge browser. Windows 10 quickly became the global standard. Windows 11, October 2021. The latest version so far. Modern, clean UI, with centered Start menu, auto HDR and direct storage for gaming, better multitasking, some Android app support, more Mac-like interface with rounded corners, and a strong focus on integration with Microsoft's cloud and services. Windows 11 continues to evolve every year. So, why did Windows become the king of operating systems? It ran on IBM-compatible PCs, the most popular hardware worldwide. It supported massive amounts of software. It kept evolving, constantly. And most importantly, it made computers easy for everyone. From Windows 1.0 in 1985 to Windows 11 today, this OS shaped the entire history of personal computing. And that's why Windows still powers over 1 billion devices around the world.
I have a very important message for you. You can hit the like, subscribe, and notification